Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and notifications button for all the good stuff we've got coming.
Well, I came out to the Detroit area with my husband from New York City. And I will tell you, the Midwest was very difficult to navigate. Okay, very, very different than New York City. And I came into the rep, and when I walked into the lobby, it was like being welcomed by a warm and gracious family. And then, and that was as a audience member. And then I did 6 shows at the Rep. Um, my favorites were the first show I did and the last show I did. And part of the reason for that was because I was playing opposite the late great Council Cargill. And that was quite an experience, a wonderful experience. And in the first show, which was called Later Life, I was making a decision at the very end of the show whether to stay in Boston with the character Council Cargill was playing, and he had been an old flame, or to go back to Las Vegas to my no good sponging boyfriend and leave to go to the airport. And while I'm debating this in my mind on stage, a woman in the audience yells out, "Girl, don't get on that midnight plane." And that has stayed with me forever, that an audience member could be so involved in the show and in your character. It was just the most wonderful experience that I've ever had on stage. And in the last show I did, which was called Southern Comforts, I had a wonderful audience reaction also between the first act and the second act, because when the curtain closed in the first act, it closed on Council Cargill's, his character, his living room. And in his living room, he was a widower. He had a chair, a desk, and a television set. And when the curtain went up for the second act, he and my character had been married. And the set was completely different. There were lace curtains, there was furniture all over the place, there were magazines, and the audience would just go, oh, and you could hear them talking among themselves. And I tell you, there is no audience anywhere like the audience at the Detroit Repertory Theater. And it is just the most wonderful, wonderful experience for an actor. This is my favorite theater in the whole world. I love it. I have John Hardy was not in the second in the Sweet By and By. He was in the first Sweet By and By. So Robert was in both its Sweet By and Bys. The first with John Hardy, and the second one was with Harold Hogan, who played the dead guy. Okay, so you were in both. I was only in the second one. Well, Dee Andrus played opposite Robert. They were husband and wife. And I was the sister of Dee Andrus. And I did not have a major role. I had a good role in that show, but the show really was about the husband and wife and their relationship. I interfered with their relationship in the show, which was kind of fun. But it was a good show. Bruce Merland directed it. So you had to know it was really good. Um, but it was a long time ago, and I just really remember watching Dee and Robert on stage, and then I would just kind of come in and mess things up. I applaud the rep. It's the 64th year that the rep has been, quote, in business. And to me, that is just a phenomenal achievement. And the fact that Barbara Busby and Bruce Milan are still here at the helm, so to speak, is also incredible. But as I said before, coming into the rep is like coming into a home that has a warm and welcoming family. It is by itself in that way, and I'm so grateful that it's here, that it's in Detroit, and that it has the mission that that it's always had. That mission is just incredible. And so good luck. And here's a cheer. If I had a glass, I would raise my glass to the Detroit Repertory Theater.